Welcome to this new video. In this video, we are going to know more about KeepFilters. That is a DAX function which is in Power BI. So KeepFilters, it modifies how filters are applied while evaluating a calculate or calculate table function. So it works better in the calculate function. It will change the calculate filter context and it will use the keep filter context with respect to the calculate expression what is there inside. So the expression for keep filters is keep filters, and the expression what expression you want to go. You use keep filters within the context calculate and calculate table functions to override the standard behavior of those functions. So you will be having one filter context inside the calculate function, and to override that calculate function, you use keep filter to override that calculate function filter, so that keep whatever is written inside the keep filter will be working instead of calculate filter function. So filters on columns other than those mentions in the arguments of calculate or other related functions remain in effect and unaltered. This function, obviously most of the functions are disabled in directory mode, so you can use this function in import mode. So we will try to understand this keep filters function by using an example. So in this example, we are going to have a table. We will select a table, and in that table we are going to provide the region name, and with the region name we are going to give the total revenue. So we have already created a measure for total revenue, that is the sum of this revenue column. So this is the normal filter table for region name with respect to the total revenue. So now we will change this table and change the filter context in this table and see how what things are going to change when we are going to use the filter keep filter function in that. Now the next table we are going to select is a table where we are going to give the filter only to the region name East Anglia. So we want only this revenue and with respect to this region name, and we will use calculate function to filter this region name from this table. So we will create a measure for that, and the measure name we are going to give is that EA equals to calculate total revenue, and then we are going to give the filter for that. The filter for that is region name equals to East Anglia. So we have given the name and we have given the filter for this calculate function, and now we will use another table and we will see how the table is going to respond to this filter. So in this table we are going to do the same region name, or we'll do one thing, we will copy and paste this table. So we have the region and this total revenue, we will take it off, and instead of this total name total revenue we will give the EA, and this EA, that is 16,959. Of course, that is showing the filter only for East Anglia. So you can suppress this. We will try to suppress it. You can keep the filter only for this East Anglia, and you can remove the other filters. We will try to use keep filters here. So we have used keep filters in that calculate function, and it has given override the other filters, and it has given the filter only to East Anglia, and the remaining one it has given us now. So this is one of the thing which we need to do. So in this scenario kind of situation, you can use this filter, and we will see another scenario, and the next scenario will be we can take the metrics table here, and in this metrics table we are going to take the calendar column, and we will take the date column from that, and we will use the year and month, and at the same time we will use this total revenue measure, and this total revenue now it is showing with respect to the year. Now if you can expand it, you can see it is showing with respect to the month also. Now we'll take a slicer, and in this slicer we are going to select the year and month. We'll take the hierarchy of year and month. We will take off the quarter and day. Now we will select 2 years, that is 2017 September, and we will use control key and we will select November, and then 2018 also we are going to take September, November, January and March. So we need to get the total revenue for this much years. So you can just ignore this. So we are dealing with this metrics table right now. So we have seen this metrics table, it got filtered with respect to the dates, months we have selected in this slicer. So it is already having a filter context, and with respect to the filter context, it has filtered the column for this much months and for this much years, and we got the value for total revenue with respect to these months. Now we are going to do one more thing. We will try to create a measure, and we will take the average of this. So to get the average of this value, this month value, you need to give the function values. So we will take the values and we will do an average X function and we will give it as average revenue equals to. So average revenue, we will use average X function and we need to give the table. Here our table is these values are our table. So we will give the values and what the value is with respect to the date. We need to get the month of this. So we will give the calendar date and here the hierarchy we need to select and give the month for it because we need this selected month. So we will use this month and then we will give the expression. The expression is from where we need to get these values with respect to the revenue. So we will give giving total revenue. So what it does is that it will take these months and it will do the average of this total revenue with respect to these, and that is what we are going to see here. So now in this column we saw the months getting added and showing and the entire total this much months is been showing here. So now we will do the average. So we get the average of this month. This is say for this September and November in 2007 we got the average as 5,707. That is correct. And for the month January and March in 2018 we got the average as 5,531. But here the problem is you see the total average is 16. Actually the total average should be the average of this amount and this amount. It should be around 5,000 something only should be the total average, but it is showing 16,230. So that is totally a wrong answer. So we need to make it at the correct average of these two values. So here the keep filter function comes to play because how they are getting this 16,230 is it is getting added. Like it is instead of getting added and taking the average like this column wise, it is getting added from this column to this column. This means it is getting added. This is getting added like total revenue is getting added to average revenue and it will be getting a sum here, and from these all these sums it is taking the average of. So what we need to do is that we need to override this filter and you need to give this context for that. So for that we can use keep filter function. We will once again use a measure and here in this measure we will use as keep and we will use as here average revenue equals to average X, and here we will use keep filters and inside the keep filters we will use the values and then we will give the name of the month, date dot month, and we will use the expression for it as total revenue. So now it will be keeping on this filter and it will override all other filters from this column. So we will see how it is working. We will select this keep filter. Now you see it got filtered properly. So it got filtered properly and it is taking the correct average between these two numbers and it is showing instead of showing some other vague number. So in this kind of situations, like we have used keep filter here also and we have used keep filter in this table also. So two scenarios we have used keep filters. Like this, hope can use keep filters in more than one scenarios and can explore it. Hope this was a useful video for you. Have a nice day.